Hi, I'm Shreya and this is Decoding Code. In this video, I will take you guys through the process of creating a project and a file, and we will be getting what you see down here. Hello world, this is Shreya. And I will be explaining some of the parts that we'll see, and at the end we'll get this result. Hello world, this is Shreya. So just stay tuned for that. If you haven't watched my previous video where I take you guys through the process of installing this Eclipse IDE and I show you guys some of the major parts that you might need to know about, then you should go over there and check that out. Now, to create a new project, you just have to say create a Java project, and we click on this, and then we have to create a project name. Now you can just put in whatever you want. I'm just gonna say hello world, and I'm just gonna keep everything as it is and just say hello world because that is what we will be doing today. Now notice that we can't start doing anything yet because we have to create a file. Now if we click on the drop down, we see these two things, and here we see SRC. Now, SRC stands for source directories. This is where the Java files are. And a .java file is where you type in your code. And then that is where you type in your code, so then it can be translated into a .class file. Now, this .class file is its own little language, and it translates into that before it can translate into machine code and then binary, and then the computer executes it finally. Now, .java translates into .class, which then gets executed by the computer. Now, .java and .class are both file name extensions, so it's just like .mp4, .mp3, or .txt, or .png. Really, it's just at the end of the file name. Now, if we click on SRC, then we can go to new, and then we click on class. Now this takes us to a new class, and we can create a Java class. Now we just have to come up with a name, and it can't have a space, so hello world again. And this is a Java class. All Java programs are called class because eventually they go to a .class file and they are executed by the computer. So it's just that way. So I just click finish, and here we have hello world.java. Now this is the file name extension, here's the file name. Now it gives us the standard kind of structure for a Java file, and here we have public class hello world and the default package because I didn't really change anything. We can't just start typing in our code because the computer won't know what to look at, and it won't know what to look at and what to execute. So we have to point it in the right direction. So we have to type in a kind of doorway to direct it to our code that we want it to execute. Alright, so this is what I've typed in, and this line of code right here is my doorway. Basically, whatever I type in these curly brackets will be executed by the code, and then the computer will look at that instead of not knowing where to look. Now, if you're wondering, all of these words are kind of cohesive words except for args. Now, you might not know what that is, but it's just arguments, and you can put whatever you want in there, and it doesn't really matter because it's just a variable name, and we'll get more into that later. Not in this video, but at some point we will get to that. But you can basically just put whatever you want in there because just like the file names, it's just a name. Now here we start our actual code. So we do system. Now system is a Java class, and it can do a lot of things. So if we put a dot there, you can see all of the things that it can do. It can do so many things here. So what we do is we want to print out our string. So we do system.out. Here you can see the things that it can do, and then we go system.out.print. And what we want to print is a string, and that's down here. So if you can see my mouse, it's right here, and we just click on this, and here it gives us what we need to print out a string. Now we just take out this S because it's just kind of telling us that it's a string, and in Java, strings are encased by quotation marks. So we put quotation marks, and then now whatever we type in these quotation marks will be what is printed out. So I want to print out, "Hello world, this is Shreya." So that's what I type in there. This is all of my code that I'm going to type right now, and this is it. So so in order for me to execute the code, I click on my .java file, and then I click on this triangle circle thingy over here, and this is the button. See, it says run hello world. So this is the button that I click to tell it to run my code. The IDE tells me to save it, so I say okay, and then here we go. It's down here, hello world, this is Shreya. Now that is it. Boom, there is my code. And that is what I typed. So if I change something in here, if I say this was Shreya, and then I execute it here, then boom, it'll say hello world, this was Shreya. So it just does it like that, and that was super cool. Now you can see that it printed it down here in this tab called console. Now console is basically where anything you output in your code is shown. Now it's cool that the IDE can show you anything that you've outputted, because then you can see if anything's wrong or if you outputted what you wanted to. And so output is also printing something. So whatever you print will be shown in the console. Now that is all I wanted to accomplish in this video, and I've shown you guys how to get there, and that is super cool. In my next video, I will dig deeper into this process because I've kind of skimmed over some things that I should kind of explain to you guys. And so that's what I'll be doing in my next video. I'll be explaining class files and things like that to you guys. So you should just stay tuned for that. Now if you like this video, like and subscribe to my channel to get more of my content. You can see in this tab over here, I have my YouTube channel up there. And so you should just subscribe over there to get more of my content, and comment down below any questions you guys might have for me or feedback. And I will see you guys again next week with that new video. Bye!